My name is Cecilia Torres-Panzera, and I'm originally from Marietta, Georgia. I grew up there my whole life in a Mexican household, speaking Spanish with my parents, visiting Mexico to see my relatives, and spending a lot of time around family. What I think best tells my story and what made me the designer and the person that I am today. I like to reflect on the memories that have built me. I think that I was built by my older sister, for example, who led the way and held my hand, or my first pet that I had growing up, or that warm feeling of family that I get when I get to visit my cousins in Mexico. I also grew up playing musical instruments, which I think eventually that practice and that repetition, that iterative nature of practicing a piece eventually led me to respect design the way that I do, the way we design something and then try it, adjust, and try again, and eventually arrive to a design, just as a musician practices a piece. UT was my first choice so that I could pursue design. They were able to recruit me from out of state, and it meant a lot to me, so UT seemed like the right place to be pursuing design. Now that I'm here at UT, I'm a big advocate for our program. I've done a lot of projects that have expanded my knowledge. I've put up an installation in my bedroom just to see, the sound of it and how it can shape something as simple as my bedroom ceiling. And I think I learned this a lot throughout my time at UT. One impactful project was my second year with my professor, Germán Valenzuela. He was a visiting professor from Chile, and we did a group installation. He really embraced the sensory qualities of design, not just the visuals and the color, but also the auditory qualities of an installation blowing in the wind. That eventually informed my project in my third year. We were tasked with designing a temporary exhibit for an abandoned town of our choice. So I chose the abandoned town where my program director, Milagros Singoni, grew up in. Villa Temporaria Rincón Chico de Piedra del Águila was a temporary town in rural Argentina that only lasted for 10 years. It gave me the big responsibility of how do I represent her story through design, someone else's story and their own precious memories. Some people may associate that town with being a kid. Some people remember those 10 years raising children, raising a family, and other people associate that town with a chapter of hard work and heavy labor. It was like its own tiny bubble, like a completely controlled environment. Everyone had the same houses, same jobs. Now all that remains is its footprint. So when I designed my exhibition, I wanted to design something that kind of disappears but leaves its footprint as it disappears. Visitors first see reception and then they follow this brief and uncertain pathway similar to that of the town. And then after that, they're welcomed by the distinct grand entrance of the town. And this is where they enter the bubble and the noisy paper structures are revealed to them. And once you're inside the structure, the real experience begins. So the paper structures share silhouettes that represent the chapters that people may have experienced with the town. And along with that, they move slowly while lighting up and dimming and noisily crinkling as they go down. And then to conclude the exhibit and the experience, visitors watch a final projection that displays the disappearance of the town, and they reveal this dark, empty, and silent structure. I think that Gensler embraces the different ways of thinking that anyone can bring to the table or to a team. I care a lot about that culture of design, where from designer to designer, we're here to uplift each other and help build a better environment as a team, not individually. We don't design for ourselves, we design for a better world, a better community. Having that support from Gensler would help me in embracing everyone's diverse ways of thinking, and that would help me pursue my future endeavors in design.